A tavola! Hello, welcome to A Tavola. Fall is definitely in the air this week especially. So I think of fall and I think, pumpkins, sage, maybe squash. So I thought, what can I create that's a little squashy and sagey, but that's a comfort food as well. So what I've prepared for you today is a butternut squash bacon and sage pasta. Doesn't that sound good? That sounds really good. And with that, we're going to make a Parmesan encrusted chicken that we're going to bake in the oven. And to go on top of that, a nice creamy butter sage sauce. So we're going to get started on the squash. You can use onions or you can use shallots. I'm going to use shallots today. Now, as you know, shallots usually make me cry. So if I do, don't take it personal. It's not you. So we're just going to give these a chop. Yes, I got injured yesterday. Hot boiling water. Not a pretty sight. To be careful when you're in the kitchen. It can be a dangerous place. Give these a little more of a chop. So yeah, there's a lot of dishes out there with sage and pasta. And a lot of them call for shrimp or heavy cream. There's not going to be any heavy cream in this one, but I think you're going to like it. It's my own little creation. Okay. These quick chop. I guess if I chop them fast enough, I won't have time to cry, right? Okay. Just want to chop my fingers off. That would not be good. So yeah, summer is just about over, which is something I don't like to see. I like the long days. Okay, that looks good. Let's get a little olive oil in this pan. We'll get these in here. And again, you just want these to be translucent. You don't want to burn them. And shallots do cook up pretty quickly. Now, don't get me wrong, I do like the fall and the winter, because then we can make dishes that you normally wouldn't make in the summer, like braised meats and nice roasts in the oven, some stews, nice cozy wintry comfort food. Okay, give these a little stir. Look at that, Spat Man is hiding over here. You know, he always tries to get out of work. He thinks he can just hang out in the corner, not do anything, but guess what? We're putting him to work today. So, it's all right, it's a little hot in there. Okay, so we'll let those go for just a couple minutes. Once we get these a little bit translucent, we're going to add the squash. Now, this is a butternut squash that I bought. It's already cleaned, and it's already cut in cubes. Some of them are a little big, so we might want to cut that down just a little bit. But I like to buy it this way because when you buy them whole, that skin is really, really hard. So it's just much easier, and this certainly saves a lot of time. And these days, everybody's so busy, you know, whenever you can save time, do so. All right, let's get these in the pan. Okay. Now, it doesn't matter that they're not all the same size, because once these cook up and get really nice and soft, we're going to puree them. And we're going to make a nice creamy sauce with them. Okay, get that in there, get rid of that. Clean up my hands just a little bit here, get a little messy. Clean my cutting board too. Just a bit. Okay, excellent. Okay, I'm gonna let these go. Then to this, we're gonna add a little stock. Now I like to use chicken stock, but you can use vegetable stock. And let's see. Let's put in a cup, see what that looks like. Let's go for 2. That's good. All right, let's season this up just a bit. Do a little salt. And a little pepper. I'm using the red cayenne pepper because it adds a little bit more heat, and I like that. And you know what? We're going to let this go, put the lid on it. We're going to let it do its thing. Now, let's get started on the cream sauce for our chicken, because that takes a little bit longer because you have to have that, you have to let that reduce and get nice and thick. So let's get a little bit of actually butter in this pan, about 2 tablespoons or so. Get that in there. Wow, that burner's hot. You don't want to burn your butter. And we'll get a little bit of shallots in that pan. So I saved one, as you can see, just for that. Okay. Now this you do want it to, you want to fine chop on these. This is for your sauce. All right, that's about good. That's good enough. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. Get that in the pan. Oh, if you could smell that butter. It's so good. So I have to say, yeah, as much as I miss summer, I do enjoy sitting in front of the fireplace. Sometimes we even have dinner there in front of the fire and have a nice bottle of wine. Okay, so we're going to let that go. Again, just till it's a little translucent. Don't want it to burn. And then we're going to add our liquid to this. So we're going to add some white wine. We're going to do about a half a cup of white wine. Again, make sure that you use wine for cooking that is good enough to drink, okay? You don't want to use old wine. And I'll need that chicken stock one more time. So we're going to do half a cup and a half a cup. Just like that. Okay. And to this, we're going to add just a little bit of lemon juice. Not much, just a little bit. Make sure there's no seeds, and there isn't. Okay. God, I love the smell of lemon. So fresh. Okay, so now you're going to let that reduce just a bit. Let the wine evaporate. We'll turn that up. This is looking good. All righty. Now, once this reduces a bit, then we're going to add our heavy cream, and then we're just going to let it simmer until it gets nice and thick. And then at the end, we'll add our sage to that, our fresh sage. So we're in pretty good shape here. I have to take a quick break, but when I come back, we're going to keep working on the squash sauce, and then we'll get started on the chicken. Welcome back. As you see in here, I have put the heavy cream in our sauce, and we're just going to let that simmer and let it reduce by about half, and then we'll know when it's ready because it's going to coat the back of a wooden spoon. So we'll keep that on standby. And you're never going to believe this, but I forgot to put the garlic in the squash. What kind of an Italian am I that I forget the garlic? So let's do that now. Let's chop up some garlic. I can't believe I did that, but I did. Hey, let's get some in the pan. See, I was thinking about fall, and I was thinking about all those nice stews and roasts and fireplace and nice bottle of wine, and I totally forgot about the garlic. Imagine that. I know this looks like a lot of garlic, but you know what? It is close to Halloween, so you want to keep the vampires and the goblins away from your house. So we'll get that down a little bit here. And again, this is all going to go through like an immersion blender, so even if you don't get it all real as fine as you'd like, it's okay, because it's all going to be blended together at the end. Okay, voila. Let's get this garlic in here. Whew. Give myself a facial. Okay, let's try to get the garlic in the pan, though. Okay. And then in a few minutes, we're going to add the sage to this. This actually does not take long at all to cook down, to get soft. Okay, voila, now I'm happy. Got my garlic in there. So let's talk about the chicken. Okay, I have chicken breast that I bought, and actually they were quite thick, so I cut them in half this way, so they're thinner, and I've soaked them overnight in a mixture of milk and eggs and salt and pepper, a little garlic powder, a little parsley. And what the milk does is it makes it really nice and moist and tender. And I'm telling you, when you go to eat this, it's going to be fork tender. It melts in your mouth. It's really good. So what we're going to do, let's get our breading mixture here. Okay. And I'm going to need, what I'd like to use is the Italian flavored or Italian style breadcrumbs, because it's seasoned. It's already pre-seasoned. Okay. So I'd say about a little more than a cup. Depends on how much chicken you have. And then we're going to use some Parmigiano Reggiano in here as well. And I'd say probably about a half a cup of that. And we're going to use some lemon zest. And that's just going to give it just a really nice, fresh flavor. And I love this little guy, this little microplane. It's great. Be careful not to get go to the white part of the lemon. You just want to get the rind, the yellow part of the lemon. Oh God, I wish you could smell that. It smells so good, so fresh. It's funny, you know, people make fun of me because I find cooking to be very therapeutic. And I guess for some of my friends that don't cook, they just don't understand how going to the grocery store relaxes me, but it does. Okay, let's mix all that up. Okay, now we're going to get our pan ready because we're actually going to bake this chicken. Now you can pan fry it if you want to, but I bake it in the oven, and it's just as crispy as if you fried it. But guess what? Less calories that way too. Let me get my